raffle, $100 a ticket, and we're gonna raffle off Onyx.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So this video kind of rings true to the last video because Onyx is still having some issues. So what we're going to be doing today is doing a little bit of data logging on them, do a data log on the way up to the shop. That way I can see if it's something in the Holly that's making it skip. That's what it's got. It's got a misfire, and we're going to see if we can see it there. And if we can't see it there and it's not something to do with the fueling or the VE table or something, probably going to be spark related, which it won't show me anything on that. It's just something you got to find. So let's get Onyx back out of the garage and get him up to the shop. And I forgot to mention, he actually runs good on just idling and driving around. It's mainly under load that he starts to have issues and skip.
It up there, that is. I mean, it could just cut off if it's got an ignition coil or something going bad. Like I say, it runs pretty bad under load, so hopefully the coil or something doesn't go out, or MSD box. That would be even worse. Be a more costly fix. He runs fine. He's running fine right now, but let's see, temperature's at 140, so let's see if he'll do it under load. Maybe around 4th gear cruising and sort of get into it. Alright, let's see. Let's do a data log. I know you can hear that. We'll check the data log once we get to the shop and see what happens. I don't think it's going to be anything major. I know for a fact it's not going to be plugs or plug wires because I just put new ones on. I guess first things I'll probably check is the VE table on the data log, and that can be kind of confusing though, but I'll tell you in a second what I'm talking about. And then after that, I'll probably go check distributor cap, make sure there's nothing wrong with the cap, rotor button, and the coil, and make sure everything looks good there. All right, so we made it up to the shop, and for those of you who are new to the channel, this is my 1995 Mustang GT. I named him Onyx. And to go over a little bit of the gist of what's done to him, it's pretty much on a drag pack. It's got a small block 302, stock bottom end with a cam, heads, intake, Holly EFI, which is a sniper EFI because this car was carb swapped at one point. Don't worry about Drake's car. We gotta work on that thing too. It's skipping if you can't tell. Wait, listen. When'd you get a helicopter? But like I was saying, it was carb swapped, and now it's on the Holly Sniper EFI, and it has got some nitrous on it. Still has the stock T5, and it does have a 410 built rear end. It's got some Yukon gear stuff back there, and some 31 spline Moser axles. But today, guys, I want to set a like goal on this video like I did a few videos ago, and you guys crushed it. I think I asked for like 150 likes, and I got almost 200 now. You guys really knocked it out of the park on that one. So this one, we're gonna go for 200 likes on this video. See if we can't get that done. If you guys could do that, I really appreciate it. Definitely helps out with the YouTube algorithms and stuff. So yeah, I'd really appreciate it, and it'd help me out. But first things first, we're gonna take a look at the data log and see what we see there. Well, we got one fixed. Can't tell, it sounds a lot better. By the way, this is Drake. He's been in the channel before. He's the one who counted 3, 2, 1. During my race with the GTO, and everybody bashed him like, who counts down? And I was like, he said he was nervous. I don't know. All right, so we got the old ST fixed, and now let's see if we can get Onyx done. And you can see my fuel table right there. For some reason, I don't know why, but on my car, could be just the intake, but it's really it's pulling a lot less air through at idle, which on your VE, this is like my idle area where the red is. So it's only pulling around 40% VE or air intake volume through at idle, and then it goes up really quick, and it's just where the motor likes to run. The graph's still pretty smooth. It's not terrible, as you can see right there. I could smooth it out a little bit in some areas. I just hadn't messed with it in a while. But let's pull up the data log and see what it was doing. Open data log,
Data log will be 12.0. All right, then we'll go to my go-to view of the stuff that I like to look at. All right, we'll zoom this in for you guys. All right, so the yellow, where the cursor's at right now, that is my throttle position, and then that's going up, and right at starting around 80 to 100% throttle, you can see how the fuel, this blue line is my fuel, and then the target air fuel ratio is that green line right there. And you see how the fuel's going crazy? Well, I honestly don't think it's the fuel, because sometimes the car runs good and that fuel is dead in line with my target air fuel. What I think's happening is the spark is going away, and what it's doing is it's trying to cause it to change fuel to get it back to that desired AFR. So like right here, like it's pulling 8, and then a split second later it's adding 5, and then it's pulling 3, adding 15. I mean, it just goes out and back, out and back. And I know it's not a fuel pressure issue, because I checked the fuel pressure off camera and the fuel pressure is still good. It stays good, and it's got plenty of volume. So I don't think it's going to be in the tune, because let me show you another data log I did last night, as a matter of fact. I'm going to zoom in on this part of the table. All right guys, so, and as you can see right here, my blue line, or my green line, is my target air fuel, and then the blue line is my actual air fuel ratio. There's one little spot right here I got to work on. It's pulling 3% right there, which isn't terrible, at around 3,800. The tip end's pretty good, but as you can see right here, when the car's running good, I mean, that blue line is just, the blue and the green line is just right on line with one another for the target air fuel ratio. And when the car does good, it's fine, like it runs great. So we're gonna check some other stuff. I don't think it's gonna be in the tune, so let's take and look at some mechanical stuff on the car here. All right guys, so as I said, I do have new plug wires and new plugs in the motor, so I don't think it's gonna be that. I know for a fact I didn't crack a plug or anything, so let's go to the next step, which is I'm gonna pull the distributor cap and check the cap and the coil. All right, so I think I found the issue right off the rip. I pulled the distributor cap off, and I'll show you what I found. This has actually happened before, but I don't know how well you guys can tell, but the bottom of the coil right here, where it connects to the rotor button, it is really charred up and really burnt. So I'm gonna say that's probably the issue we got going on. It's probably just not getting a good contact through the rotor button there and causing a misfire under load, which is kinda, I mean, that's what that will do. What we'll probably do is get a new rotor button and a new coil, and see, the cap should look fine. I don't see any cracks or anything. If I see any, I'll get a new cap too, but should be all right. So we're gonna get a new coil, a new rotor button, and see what it does. Wish me luck in the comments, and I hope it fixes it. One of the best things about having an automotive shop, guys, and doing mechanic work and stuff like that, and you're into it, we get our own personal websites we can go on right here at the computer, order parts and everything. I know you can do it online too, like on your phone and stuff, but this like goes directly to the commercial side of things on the parts houses, and it's pretty freaking awesome. Plus, Napa is right there. Let me hear two-step. Yee. All right, let's go get some parts. All right, so we got the new parts on there. I'm gonna give it a little test hit and start it up. It should be fine. I know I should have the wires in the right spot, but let's start it up, make sure it still runs good, and then we'll go for a test drive. Gotta make sure it's in neutral. All right. That sounds good. Hopefully this takes care of it. I think it will. If not, we'll just have to keep digging. But that was the only obvious thing I seen, was the distributor nub in the bottom was sort of burned up and protruded up into the distributor cap. We'll go see though.
Hello there.
I know the sun's like really bright, but I'm gonna take and turn around. I'm gonna try to make, probably gonna try to make one nitrous hit and see what the car does. If it does good, then it should be fine. All right, so we're gonna try to do a little 60 roll with Drake here. He hasn't been in the car on a 150 shot yet, so let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. Well, it didn't like that. All right, let's try that one more time. I'm wondering if the nitrous solenoid isn't opening and it's just throwing all that fuel at it, because that also cause it to cut up like that as well, because it'll just go really rich. Oh God, cut that out. Transmission's not happy. Check the data log and see what it says. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a raffle, $100 a ticket, and we're going to raffle off Onyx. So yeah, y'all just be looking out for that on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the places, because I'm probably going to put this thing up for sale.
He's lying! He's lying!
We're back in the shop now, and I'm going to check and make sure my solenoids are working for my nitrous solenoid and stuff, that they're getting power how they need to. Honestly guys, I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's been giving me headaches here lately, and I know that's how it's going to be. I just got to figure out what's going on with it and get it fixed. It runs great on motor. I mean, it runs perfect. I think I fixed that part, but on nitrous it just does not want to act right. So I don't know whether the solenoids aren't opening properly, or a fuel solenoid is opening and the nitrous solenoid is not. I know I do have the safeties cut on, so when the nitrous is on, if it sees a certain AFR and if it's too lean or too rich, it'll cut the nitrous off and it won't come back on until I reset it. There's just some stuff I got to look over. Got to take and test those solenoids on the fuel and the nitrous solenoid and see if they're working properly. But I'm going to check the nitrous and the fuel solenoid real quick and see if those are doing right. And if those are, then it's going to be either something to do with Holly controlling it, or maybe I have something turned on that I don't need to and it's just not allowing it to work. Stressful though, guys. Thought this video was going to end off pretty good, but it looks like it's going to end off about where I was at last time. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do right now is check the fuel solenoid, make sure it's going to work, and see if it clicks. I'm just going to use my power probe here, probably my favorite tool in this freaking shop. To be dead honest with you, I love a power probe. Whoa! That worked. Just shot a whole bunch of fuel into the engine, but yeah, that's working. Let's hook that back up. Well, look, we can do this too. Let me make sure that the nitrous solenoid, it does have ground, so the ground's good. I did put a quick connect here, so I take them on and off. Now let's check the nitrous solenoid. Ooh, I better, let me make sure I purged it before I do that, and purge the nitrous straight into the motor. Yeah, that would have been bad. I don't need to start a motor that's got nitrous in it. Well, it's working. So maybe I got a bad solenoid driver or something. I don't know how to test that. I guess I can figure it out. What I was checking there was I actually took and redid some settings on the nitrous stuff, and I took and lowered the RPM down to like 1500 and the nitrous to come on at 20% throttle, so I could test to see if whenever I got on the gas above 20% throttle and above 1500, if the nitrous solenoid and the fuel solenoid would kick on, and they are working. So I don't know if changing the settings around started making everything work again. I don't know, but everything seems to be working properly. It's getting a little too late. It's already dark outside, or else I would go try to make another hit. But yeah, guys, unfortunately this video didn't turn out how I thought it was going to. Onyx, like I say, still runs great on motor. Fixed the cutting up issue on motor. It hasn't done that, but it was cutting up on nitrous. And what I think was happening is I think it was loading it up with fuel, because going back to my data logs, it was just showing that it was really rich. And it's almost like the nitrous solenoid wasn't opening. But I took and used my power probe and hit it a couple times, and it opened fine, so I don't know if hitting it with my power probe took and unstuck it, if it might have been stuck. But right now everything seems to be working properly. But yeah, guys, we got more issues to straighten out on them, and hopefully everything's good. But stay tuned until the next video, and we'll definitely pick it back up and see if we got it fixed or not. But if you are enjoying the content, be sure to drop a thumbs up down below. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if it's your first time viewing my channel and you're liking what you see, be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. That way you can stay up to date with all the videos that'll be coming out on Onyx and some of the other projects that are gonna be making their way back to the channel. But yeah, guys, you're gonna have that with these old project cars. It's just gonna be issues sometimes, and sometimes they're gonna be good, but we'll get it figured out. Like I say, stay tuned for the next video to see if we got Onyx fixed or not. But until next time, as for me and Onyx, we're out.